Well, today, the bike used in the pedal-powered talk show is finding a new home at the Oregon Historical Society.
After recording 64 episodes over 5 seasons, that bike going out for one final ride. Cor Harlan joins us live. He spoke with the creators of the show about their experiences across the Pacific Northwest and beyond. They're some quirky guys, Cor.
They are some quirky guys. They've had a pretty good run. They're mainly on YouTube. This is a bike show, a talk show that's been related with a bicycle show for the last half a decade or so. They have visited some of the prominent places in the Pacific Northwest, some prominent and not so prominent people along the way, and they have made a great deal out of a show centered around a bicycle and a talk show desk, and it is being donated today to the Oregon Historical Society. All right, another chapter goes into the history books at the Oregon Historical Society today as they receive a show that has been a show and a bicycle that has been popularized mainly on YouTube, that being the pedal-powered talk show with Boaz Frankel to my right here, Phil Ross to the left, the two principals on this show. And again, this is the bicycle, this is the show. I want to talk to you a little bit because for people who are not familiar with this show off the top of their heads, tell me what this has been about over the last decade or so that you've done it.
Well, the Pedal Powered Talk Show is a talk show that we built into a bicycle. So basically it was sort of like a standard late night style talk show and would interview cool folks in Portland or people passing through Portland or Oregon. But instead of them coming to our studio, we would come to them. So whether we're interviewing, a rafter going down the Rogue River, would be on that river going down the raft with them, interviewing them, or would be on the side of a canyon or on the top of a roof or inside a theater or inside, Memorial Coliseum. So we go to the action.
We're here at Archie McPhee in Seattle. For the first time ever, we took our bike desk to Seattle.
Cool way to see where people are and where we live and all the rest of that. And Phil, you used to build these bicycles, and I noticed that you've taken a little inspiration from the Tonight Show, the Johnny Carson show, with this walnut facing on the desk.
That's right. Nobody beats Johnny, right?
Nobody beats Johnny. You know that. That's perfect.
Would it be possible for me to steer the boat for a little bit?
Do you have a license?
No.
Sure, come on.
What has it been like to do this for a decade? And tell me a little bit about the significance of handing this over to the Historical Society.
Well, it's been amazing to go around the state and see all these people that really just are unsung heroes of the state. You get to see people with cheetahs. We had a cheetah up on the desk one time. We get to see rodeo clowns, people that dress up as Darth Vader and ride unicycles around town with flaming bagpipes, you name it.
And really this is something that for YouTubers then, this would be a pretty iconic shot here in this bicycle and the desk that's attached to it, right?
I think in the Portland YouTube scene, certainly, I think...
yeah, huge in that scene.
Yeah, massive.
Yeah, monstrous.
You have gone outside the Northwest as well, too, right?
Yes, we have.
You've been to Mount Rushmore, you said?
Yeah, we went to South Dakota and went in caves there. We were in a herd of buffalo. We talked to a rodeo clown out there. We took it to Seattle. We took it to the top of the Space Needle.
Yeah, and I think I'm the only person besides Lance Armstrong that's ridden around the top of the Space Needle on this bike.
Let's wrap this discussion up a little bit by talking about what this will be like this afternoon at, I guess, 4 o'clock. You're handing this over to the Historical Society. Both of you, give me 20 seconds or so on what that will be like to take this for the final ride.
Well, I'm going to have to hydrate because I'm going to be crying a lot, I'm sure.
Well, I've heard that after this is part of the collection, we're not allowed to ride it around anymore. So we felt like we had to take it for one last ride. So we're inviting some crew members and friends and former guests to go for one last loop around the waterfront before we park it at the Oregon Historical Society.
Been cool. Thank you for sharing with us a little bit here. I love the walnut desk. This is Johnny Carson would be proud of this desk, put forward by the pedal-powered talk show, whose signature bicycle and desk will go into the halls here at the Oregon Historical Society beginning this afternoon. All right, and they're going to take they're going to take one final ride on the pedal-powered talk show bike at about 4:30 this afternoon. It'll start from the Oregon Historical Society, go down to the waterfront, as I mentioned there, and wind up again back at the Historical Society, where it will be stored for some time and then be included at some point in the future in some future exhibit. But this is a significant part of Portland's history here. It's a Portland-based talk show that, as I say, has visited some of the prominent and not so prominent people that have made the show so famous. Jenny and Ken?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going to the Oregon Historical Society and seeing that bike because I have never seen it up
And
close.
yeah, it's another thing that makes Portland weird, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely fits into that theme, doesn't it?
Right.
Well, let's take a look at our traffic and weather right now. And traffic-wise, is it pretty quiet out there or is something happening?
It's getting busier. I have a feeling something's happening because I-84 is pretty slow, pretty much to a